Yeah, the title of this video is correct, and the majority of people simply can't deny that Bungie makes good shooters. It seems that the vocal online community has already written off Marathon based on their disdain for Bungie. And sure, there's been reasons to dislike the company based on some of their decisions like company layoffs or Destiny content vaulting. But as anyone can see, Bungie are still the top dogs when it comes to space shooters. With 10 years of the groundbreaking Halo series, or even the recent 10 years of the live service Destiny, they've certainly earned and maintained their place as one of the top companies in the FPS genre. Now, before I get too far, let me extend an olive branch to the haters to show that I'm not just trying to shill for whatever Bungie makes. I do have some concerns with Marathon, and here are just a few of them. I'm concerned that they're charging $40 for this. In an era where most of these live service games are free to play, charging $40 just to get into the experience just concerns me. Many people just aren't going to pay for it, and the fact that the game looks like it will evolve more over time, similar to Destiny and other live service games, adds to that concern. Now, I love Destiny, and it was awesome seeing the universe evolve for 10 years, but it wouldn't have evolved without continual player feedback. The game has more to do and more goals to aim for than ever before, but that came at a cost. You had to pay an entry fee to get these games, and now the game is free. We basically had to test and evolve the games ourselves, which some people just hate. Which I do sympathize with in a way because I'm an old head that believes a game, if it's going to charge $60, it should ship complete. Destiny was a whole different beast because it released, and I wouldn't say it was fully complete, but there was just some things that Bungie probably couldn't predict that they had to wait for the community to figure out and solve. But it is a reality of a live service evolving game. Another concern I have for Marathon is the lack of a long-term grind. It sounds like each season will reset the players and make them have to earn back most of their gear again, but the lack of cosmetics and possibly some gear that maybe you could stash away and bring with you in the future, it worries me a little bit. But I'm also a Destiny player who likes to hoard all of his gear and then barely ever use it again, so...
This is mine, and this is mine, and that's mine, and this is mine.
And other testers have brought this up to Bungie, so I'm sure it's being addressed by them right now. I know people are loving to hate Bungie as of late, but nobody can deny how every one of their game's core mechanics always work and feel great. The way you move, the feel of the weapons, the recoil, and the sound effects, the consistency is undeniable. Even the haters can agree on that, and that is why Marathon will definitely carve its own place out in the first-person shooter genre. They're going to continue to work on Destiny 2, which is awesome. Destiny has more content than ever, and the sandbox is probably the biggest in the shooter genre already. And Destiny has PvP, but the PvE is where it really shines. And with Marathon being a heavily PvP-focused, high-stakes extraction shooter, these games can coexist without the fear of too much overlap. I mean that in the sense that they are two completely different markets, which is good for the studio's versatility. Their games do not have to be alike. Having multiple options is a good thing sometimes. Anyways, back to the gameplay. Marathon looks very crisp and smooth as you would expect from a Bungie game. I've watched some creators' reviews of the game, and I noticed while watching their gameplay that I was actually getting excited to play this. I wasn't totally sold when I first heard about this game, and even after the gameplay trailers I wasn't even sure. It honestly wasn't until watching some of these creators' videos and seeing more extended, non-edited gameplay that I was getting the itch to actually play this game. The engagements didn't look quite as chaotic and fast-paced as they did in the trailers. They looked a lot more tactical. Even the small amount of PvE you encounter is challenging according to players. You can play it safe and spend a whole match finding gear and completing quests, or you can try to engage other teams and hope to steal their spoils. It's a high-stakes, high-rewards type of game. It's definitely not going to be for everyone for sure, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be. Things like guns doing the same damage no matter what attachments there are on it. Yes, there will be attachments and stuff that increases your zoom or maybe reduces the recoil, but if somebody wants to come in bringing on their decked out gun, you still have a chance to take them down and steal that gun from them while you're at it. This game does not have to be for Destiny players, so stop expecting it to be. Destiny is still there, and it's still pumping out content. Now, I totally understand being hesitant on another live service game, especially one that has an initial price tag. That's why it's great that they're doing this community testing early, and hopefully the feedback they get will help make this game a success. I understand if you want to wait until this game comes out and the reviews start coming in from actual players, but I really don't think you should dismiss it quite yet. The crazy amount of initial hate I see online under every video and post. People are literally saying they want this game to fail. Why? I get that there's been some decisions from Bungie over the years which caused people to lose respect for them, fair enough. But they're nowhere near as egregious of a developer as some people want to make them out to be. Oh, and before you say, oh, I'm shilling for $1 billion company, no. You can hate the bosses and the corporate decisions all you want. I do. But the developers put their heart and soul into these games, and it shows. And at the end of the day, even if the genre is not for you, Marathon is going to be another fun, smooth, and exciting shooter made by Bungie. It seems like the pushback you see against Marathon Online boils down to just a few things, which I feel are grossly misinterpreted or misrepresented. I've seen people complain because that means there will be no Destiny 3. Well, we can't totally write that idea off yet. But Destiny was said to be a 10-year journey, and we're already in the 11th year with more content planned.
Please, sir, I want some more.
What? Hell, they've been working on Destiny longer than Halo. It's also a mainly PvE-focused looter-shooter style game, and Marathon will not take away the majority of those players. It's smart for Bungie to have another card in their deck like a competitive PvP shooter that can coexist with their more casual PvE shooter. And a Destiny 3 wouldn't solve anything. Destiny 2 still plays and looks great and has more content than ever. Now, if they could do something about last-gen consoles possibly holding things back, then we can talk there. And another complaint I've seen a lot is, great, another extraction shooter. I really think people are confusing battle royales with extraction shooters. The extraction market is extremely small, and there are only a very small handful of extraction shooters that are being developed by larger companies. This may be one of the first AAA extraction shooters. This is not a battle royale where you start from scratch every match and there's only one winner. No, you can collect gear, run in, do your objectives, extract without ever fighting another player in Marathon if you want. It's a completely different approach than battle royales. And one last complaint I keep seeing is, this is a disgrace to the Marathon name. I think the majority of people clinging to this are just hopping on the Bungie hate train, and I'm sure there's some players that wish this game would have stayed more true to the classic formula of having a campaign and some basic PvP. But I would wager that the majority of people bringing this point up have never even played the original games anyways. And for the people that have, as cool as that idea is, Bungie has done that formula many times already, and at least the lore in this iteration of the game is connected to the classics. So I want you to ask yourself why this game should be written off so quick. Is it because Bungie vaulted underplayed content 5 years ago? Is it because they laid off employees after the conclusion of Destiny's Light and Dark saga? Or is it because they have a cash shop that can honestly just be ignored? Because as much hate as maybe some of that deserves, Bungie is a company full of passionate developers that make great games. They usually address feedback for their games and have a weekly article communicating with their players. Not every company does that. They're testing Marathon with us 6 months ahead of release instead of 2 weeks ahead like other games do. The core of this game is built, but they want feedback on how and what to add to make it more replayable. You have every right to avoid the company like the plague and point out the follies of their management, but the intense hate I see in a lot of responses to this game seem to be just overinflated. People just crave negativity, and the modern gaming industry is full of it. If you think Marathon will fail just because all you see and engage with is videos and posts about hating Bungie all the time, then I think you will be surprised. Just like Destiny, Marathon will find its community and cement its place in the FPS genre. And that's simply because Bungie makes a damn good shooter. Instead of writing it off right away, try providing constructive feedback on what could make this game better. As much as some of you hate Destiny and quit years ago, they've changed and added a ton of things for the better based on community feedback. Things that you probably complained about 8, 5, 3 years ago have probably been addressed and changed or fixed. And if Marathon's not for you, then it's not for you. That doesn't mean it won't be for everyone. It will find its place because once again, Bungie makes a damn good shooter. And I've been playing Bungie games for over 20 years and have been making YouTube videos for Halo and Destiny for the last 15, so maybe it's Stockholm Syndrome, or maybe they just make the best shooters. Either way, you can bet your ass I'll see you in Marathon.